You may be wondering why I'm in the greenhouse, but desperate times for desperate measures. You see, Logangsta, um, is gonna be the king of YouTube, but Logangsta is also gonna be the king of Caldera High School. Not the president, but king, by means of being a news anchor. You see, this Logangsta initiative is to do that very thing. Now, due to the fact that I'm already the messiah of Caldera High School, I would win the election in a landslide. Everybody knows this. Every student knows Logangsta. Every student. Well, technically not, because but the point is that almost everybody, well, there's a lot of students at my school, all right, but Logangsta is like okay. The point is that Logangsta needs to be the news anchor, right? Logangsta needs to be the news anchor, and we need to ensure that. And the thing that that's making Logangsta maybe not be the news anchor is the fact that it's not a normal election. You're appointed by the politicians. If I was voted for, then I would win so easily, and I would choose a different position. But the thing is, the news anchor is actually the most powerful, uh, especially for a man like Logangster, and there is none. Well, there's one, but the the uh the point is that Logangsta is the one. Okay, so so this is really important that you get to this. Okay, don't click off now. Don't click off now. I need you to hear this. Okay, I need you to hear this. All right, all right, all right. Logangsta needs to be the news anchor. So how do we do this? What's the problem? There's a problem that is preventing Logangsta from being the news anchor, and that's if he's appointed and he's not uh uh elected. So how's he appointed? Well, 1 week before whoever is the news anchor gets appointed, before like that meeting, it's like a job interview, but with a bunch of the essentially candidates to be the news anchor. They interview them and they decide, okay, who would be the best news anchor, who would be the best this or that. And the people that decide that are two teachers, two adults, whatever, and the ASBs, which are yeah uh elected 1 week from now. So it's Friday on next week. Oh, sorry. I think the week after that. So it's good. That means we have time to do this. Time to actually do this. I don't know exactly when it is, but it's coming soon. Election day is coming soon, and they'll get elected. Those new politicians won't, I don't think, like, take off office from that point on, but they will next year. But the new elected politicians of the school and two teachers, uh, will decide all the application um positions, and news anchor is an application position. So what's going to need to happen is that uh so here's what we're going to do. Here's what the problem is that even though those people are um elected, they technically don't fully represent the people. They're just, you wouldn't want the average student in there. You wouldn't, otherwise they would just choose it randomly. No. They're elected because they're different, and that's good, right? But that can mean they can't fully see the grace of Logangsta, right? And that's a bit of a problem. Like, because they're going to be the 1% that doesn't truly see the true grace of Logangsta, and we cannot let that happen. We cannot let that happen, right? No, 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 no. That would mean Logangsta is not the news anchor. Or, yeah. So, it's in break, it's in break. Alright, so how do we prevent this from happening? It's simple. It's simple. The gospel of Logangsta. Here's what we do. Anybody that, like, asks for me to do this comes up to me, and we do this ritual. And you cannot vote for that person until they do that ritual, in which case you should vote for them. The first person to do the ritual does it. So what's the ritual? Uh, well, they put their left hand on the Logangsta Bible and their right hand into the air. And they say this Logangsta speech that I haven't quite come up with yet, but it's gonna be like some heavenly, like, praisings of Logangsta. And like talking about some like uh I solemnly swear to uh guide the council both emotionally and logically to ensure that Logangsta uh uh becomes the news anchor. But it's definitely not going to be just that. It's also going to be like super heavenly praisings to Logangsta, so that if they didn't weren't truly turned to Logangsta, it would show. So um that's what we're gonna need to do. Then then uh then they're gonna say one thing that they like about Logangsta personally. Oh wait, sorry. Right before that, after they do that speech, they're gonna put their uh right hand down, um, but they're gonna keep the other hand on the Bible. They're gonna look Logangsta straight in the eye and say two thing two things. They're gonna say one thing um specific that nobody thought of, um that they like just personally about Logangsta. It can't be something easy. It can't be low hanging fruit. It has to show that they actually like Logangsta. So it has to be something like about Logangsta, very weirdly specific that nobody quite thought of, but everybody kind of knows. that they like about Logangsta personally, and one of those things that they think would make Logangsta a good uh, news anchor. Then I will take their hand, raise it into the air, and say, "Vote so and so for whatever." Okay, this is very important. We have to ensure that Logangsta becomes the one. So that's why we do that. That's why we do that. To make sure that the politicians are fully informed of the grace of Logangsta, both in ensuring that Logangsta uh becomes the news anchor, but for their own policies that they make. Um so yes, this is very important. Uh the other thing that we're gonna need to do to show that we care about Logangsta is, for one, I'm just getting a petition because you're not voted for, but I feel like if I show that like a million signatures that everybody would vote for Logangsta if it was an election thing, that they would. Um uh but mainly we're gonna have a Logangsta mural. So how it's gonna work is is we're gonna have um I'm just gonna take a picture of Logangsta. I'm gonna print it, and it's gonna be like some cool ass picture, like Logangsta looking into the sunset with like a badass face on, and maybe he's like saluting or something, or maybe like he's like like representing like Logangsta's drive and determination, uh, and capacity to see beauty, just like his drive to go out there and fight for everybody with his word as a news anchor. Um, and what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna print that picture, I'm gonna stick it to the wall, and then everybody's gonna take uh just the normal white sheets of paper that you normally have, printer paper, right? Jesus Christ. Jeez. Just physics, whatever. It's freaking uh, whatever. Um, and they're gonna take that, and we're gonna have like no no two pieces of the paper will be made by the same person. They're gonna draw a piece of Logangsta on that paper and stick it to the wall, and then we're gonna create that picture of Logangsta, just giant, made out of those sheets of paper to show that like Logangsta is the one, and you be effing up if you be freaking telling, just like not uh, uh, applying Logangsta, not appointing Logangsta as the news anchor for junior year. Junior year, please do this. The fate of the world relies on Logangsta.